Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed. It's Memphis and May week. Got Miss Southern Shell with me. Shell, how you doing?
Doing good.
Tyler's at the board. You ready for Memphis and May? Tyler, you ready for your first Memphis and May with us?
Heck yeah, dude.
Oh, man, it's going to be a blast. I am so excited. It's my second favorite holiday of the year. Go ahead and get that out the way. Memphis and May is a holiday to me.
It is. It's an event.
It's a week-long event. Yes,
Yeah.
It's a celebration of all things pork down at Tom Lee Park in Memphis, Tennessee.
I have to tell you, I'm a little worried because I'm not worried or stressed or
We're just going
feel
to have
like
a
we're
good
running
time.
behind.
We're going to Win Ribs. We're cooking.
What
We're doing. You going to run down everything we've got to do, or you got some housekeeping? I'm jumping right into this. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Shell.
So first,
I'll
Palmer
hand the
home.
lead over to you.
Palmer home.
Oh yeah, we still got our Palmer home.
Going through Labor Day.
Yep, fundraising event going on where Shell, you're going to give us the details on how much money we've raised so far.
I am. So if you have questions about our Palmer home event, go to howtobbqright.com/Palmer. You'll find out about the fundraising and the class that we're doing for the top 5 fundraisers.
Yes.
We are currently we're still sitting right at $7,000.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So after Memphis and May, we're gonna have to make a big push and try to
We got to get it up there. We got to raise
get it up
20.
there.
So,
We're gonna raise 20.
or it's going to come out of my pocket. I've pledged 20. By goodness, we're coming up with 20. One way or the other.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. If I got to take out a loan for the kids, it's a good cause.
It is. It is. It's a really good cause.
That's right.
That's the main housekeeping thing.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we talking about besides Memphis and May? Which I'm excited
Okay.
about.
Let's talk about something besides Memphis and May. This past weekend, you cooked a delicious Walmart steak. I feel like this.
You brought the so
Well, Walmart's not.
we
known
went
for
for
its
Mother's
beef.
Day. We went to deer camp, and you went with us. So we got a little house we've kind of fixed up down there, and we were planting some sunflowers so we can have a dove field and doing some bush
Just
hogging
trying to get
and
away
stuff.
for a
And
little weekend.
we just got away from everything, and you and Michael ran to Walmart. That's the closest grocery store is Walmart. I don't know if there's any other. There's not a Kroger down there. There might be something like Cash Saver type thing or something.
Yeah.
You pretty much got Dollar General, Walmart, or some little, small one, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so you went
And I
to
mean,
Walmart,
Walmart's
picked up some
still-
groceries,
Walmart's still like 20 minutes away. You know.
and you came back with 3 good-looking ribeye steaks. I was like, man, Walmart's got this down here. All right, I feel you. I mean, they were just choice grade. They were marbled up.
They
You
look
picked out.
pretty.
Now you used some of your SCA steak picking skills to pick out it was a 3-pack, and they were all Tri-Hearts. And I guess people were skipping over that. I don't know why people skipped over that pack. But
Most people don't know. I didn't know how to pick a good ribeye steak. How do
Before
you
you
pick?
started-
Yeah, before I started doing SCA steaks.
the Spinalis is where it's all about.
Well,
so I
yeah.
like those Tri-Hearts, but I like, if I can't find a Tri-Heart, I want one that's got a big, thick Spinalis right
What's a
around the end.
spinalis?
It's the muscle that's kind of makes up the front part of the ribeye. It's a super tender. It's kind of like the ribeye cap, and it's this muscle that's well marbled all
Yeah.
through and throughout, and it wraps
usually really
around
fatty.
the loin of the rib. It's got a lot of good fat in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the most tender part of a ribeye. I mean, you've got the kind of the eye of it, or where it tails back into the actual loin, but it's that front part that's so tender. And they get that the spinalis is really bigger up closer to the front shoulder, the chuck end. And as it goes down, it tapers off into what the normal spinalis is, which is just like that little lip
Yeah.
that wraps around. And as it goes
Small.
down, it fades away, and the eye gets bigger. So you want the spinalis.
Yes, that's
and,
my
and
favorite
at
part.
Costco, they sell just spinalis steaks. They take that whole thing off and wrap it up tight and then cut it into pinwheel-looking steaks. And, man, those are awesome.
You have a recipe on that too.
Yeah, I've done that. Those are really good.
Yeah.
The only thing bad about those is you got to watch the tie. 'Cause they tie it all up, and you'll get strings in there. You kind of if you don't get it all out, you'll be picking strings out as you eat it. It's still delicious. I don't mind a little butcher twine intermingled. I can get that out of there.
You also got to be careful. It's hard to get accurate rating on temps
Yeah.
and stuff like spinalis because of the fat content. You
Right.
know?
So back to those ribeyes, those Walmart ribeyes. We had them for dinner Saturday night. we don't have everything disposable that I got at our home. I didn't have a thermopan or anything to temp them with. I had a PK grill down there that was in my barbecue trailer. I had some charcoal, had grill grates, didn't have a grill tool, so I just had to use gloves and hands. I did have some gloves I'd brought to keep those in my truck.
You didn't have a grill brush or anything. You used
No.
full watered up aluminum
Watered up full, cleaning the grill grate off. Michael helped me. He got the fire going, and you seasoned the steaks. We just had some AP and steak rub on them.
Mm-hmm.
Let it sit about an hour through those steaks on a hot grill, and I cooked them. What was it, like a minute and a half, a turn, a minute and a half. It was 6 minutes total. I felt them. I said, yeah, that's where you want them. Because, see, the contest, you're going for that medium, but I like to eat mine on the medium rare side. And these were jam up. They were so good.
Yeah. As soon as I cut into it, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that tenderness. I expect them to be a little on the tough side. It
Yeah.
comes from Walmart, So
I think you just get lucky sometimes,
Yeah. Those have just been aged properly. It wasn't because Walmart butcher cut them or anything.
Yeah.
It was just what came in and was in the counter.
I don't think a Walmart butcher cut them.
They have a butcher at Walmart?
Yeah. I think it came in a 3-pack.
Yeah, it probably did.
And they put it on the shelf just
But
like
they were
a
good.
cereal.
They
or
were
something.
fun. We had we didn't have anything fancy, just a baked potato to go with it. And
On Sunday.
I had a whiskey drink.
Yeah.
No, you did some bread.
we did
a
bread,
loaf of
baked
French
potato.
bread. That was good.
On Sunday, you cooked some chicken wings. Whole chicken
For Mother's
wings.
Day.
Yep.
My mom was out of town. Normally we go see her, and your mom lives out of town, so we don't get to go down there very often because it's load-in weekend. But they stopped load-in because of inclement weather coming into Memphis, so we just hung out at the house and watched it storm. And I went to Kroger, and I was like, oh, nobody's gonna be at Kroger on Mother's Day. Man, I was wrong. It was like Thanksgiving. Everybody was there. They were all buying stuff. I mean, all the cards were gone. Flowers were gone. And then people are buying to cook for their moms instead of going out to eat. And so that's what I did. But I wanted to cook something you liked that was fairly easy. So I just got some chicken wings, and we made some ranch dip. And what else do we have? Oh, some shrimp. Bought some shrimp.
Yeah. You used Heath Rowell's new chicken seasoning.
Some French onion dip and Ruffles. That's one of your favorite little treats. Some chicken salad. We just kind of had snacks all day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a great Mother's Day.
So you used Heath Rowell's new chicken rub on the chicken.
Oh, yeah. So I just did whole wings. I put them in the refrigerator. Whenever I do wings, I like to let them air dry. So we put them on a raised rack over a pan in the refrigerator, kind of spread them out, let them sit about 2.5 hours to where the skin dries out. All that moisture's off of them. Then I didn't do anything to them except sprinkle them with Heath's chicken rub. And that was
the first time
I've cooked with it.
Yeah.
And, man, I was super impressed.
How
I didn't put anything else.
How long has he had it out on the market?
I think he's had it out for a few months anyway.
Okay.
I think it come out this spring.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah. First time I tried it. Hey, I'd run that in a contest. It's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
It had a southwesterny.
Yeah, I get that. It tastes like it has
cumin-y,
some cumin, some smoky, little smoky notes to it.
Paprika maybe. Yeah, smoked paprika.
But on chicken skin, man, it was good.
Yeah.
And I threw them on the Traeger. I'd run them at 350. It takes right at an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. I cook them till they're about 190 and 195.
So I want to be able to pull it apart and the bones pull out.
Yeah, well, wings, it's mainly skin. There's some fat under it and some meat, but wings are wings, and they can go up high. I mean, if you cook them to where the bone's about to pop out, they're perfect. There's nothing worse to me than eating a whole wing where you can't tear the skin, or when you bust it open, separate the flat from the drummy, it all tears, the skin just pulls it all. I want it to be where you can just about take them bones out whole, and then you can just eat it all except the flapper. I mean, that's what it's good. But these got crispy. I didn't spray them with oil. I didn't do anything. I just left them on there until, I flipped them halfway through.
Yeah.
So after I set a 45-minute timer, I go out and flip them. And then about 15 minutes, I start checking them. And they're usually about 165, 170. And then I just let them keep creeping up to about 190, 195. And I know the bones will come right out. And at that point.
They were crispy. Do you think it's because you let it air dry?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Because you get the dryer, a lot of the videos I've done, I always take paper towel and dry that. And I've done that with wings too. When I don't have time to let them sit in there and air dry, I'll just take them and lay them out on paper towel, absorb up any moisture I can. And I put, oil on the skin before, but really if you let them air dry, you don't have to. They get really good and crispy.
Yeah. And you let them air dry for probably, 2 hours?
Yeah. You know what? I've never tried that with thighs. I need to try that.
Ooh, see if you can get that skin crispier.
As crispy as it gets on the.
Are you talking about like for competitions?
Yeah. Just see how it does.
Hmm.
After you scrape them,
Are you
spread them
still-
out on a rack and then let them sit there and air dry and get dry as they can.
Are you still going to cook
Let's
them in
see.
butter?
But not like to where it submerges them, where the top's out of it. You know what I mean? Then you wouldn't have to wrap them.
Yeah.
Which that's what Heath does. His chicken legs, he don't wrap them. He cooks them in some butter, but they keep putting butter like over them some, but they never wrap
They
them.
more baste it than they
Yeah,
do
that's right.
submerge it.
I need to get him on there and do that chicken leg recipe
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. Speaking of chicken legs, you had a chicken lollipop recipe.
On TikTok,
On
yeah.
TikTok,
Me and
that
Tyler
feels
did
pretty
that
good.
one, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was a
Yes,
good
sir.
one. It's done 500,000 views already, pretty much, hasn't it?
When did
Yeah.
that go live?
Well, there was 2 parts. About a week and a half ago, the chicken leg
We did-
tutorial.
The trimming,
The
right?
trimming,
Yeah,
yes.
how to turn a chicken leg into a lollipop.
Yes, and then then a week.
How'd that one do?
That one did pretty good as well. And then it did even better after the other one took off. So because
Yeah.
people kept going back to it to figure out how to do that.
How to do
level.
that?
Yeah.
How to turn it into the lollipop? It's
How do you
really
do
easy.
it?
I take a knife and I kind of cut around the bottom of the leg, just make a circle around it.
What's the
then-
bottom of the leg? Like where's
You know,
the
the
little
big
foot would
part's the
be?
meaty part. Yeah, where the foot would be around his ankle. I take a knife, sharp knife, cut a circle around the ankle, and then grab some paper towel. I push the meat down where I can kind of hold it, and then grab some paper towel and put it on that knuckle, on his old ankle joint. and
Yeah.
pull all that off, all the skin, the cartilage off there. Then I just kind of grab that ankle bone and pull down and get all the meat. Pull the skin back, push the meat down, then pull the skin back around it. Then I take my knife or some kitchen scissors or shears and then trim out, because there's some tendons in there. You have to trim those out. And then there's one little bone that kind of sticks off the side of the leg. I don't know
Yeah.
what bone it'd be, almost like your
Tibula.
tibular, fibula, or whatever they are.
I don't
I don't know. I don't know my chicken anatomy well enough to know what that bone's called. But I break it off to where you don't have this little sharp bone, and then you're just ready to go season and cook them. It's really easy.
You use a chicken rack a lot of times. don't
Yeah,
you?
I've got
So
this.
they hang almost. Does he do that with
that's
his
called a-
legs?
No, he just lays them in a pan.
Okay.
But it's called I guess it's a leg wing rack because it's
Mhm.
meant to hang wings up too. But it works great for chicken legs. You don't even have to do them lollipops. You can just hang whole legs in there. But it works really good.
I've never seen you cook wings on there.
I never have. I always cook wings on the grate. You know?
Yeah.
I need to try that.
Do you do whole wings on there?
Yeah, yes, that's what it's made for. Yeah, I don't think there's no way. I mean, it wouldn't hold them if it wasn't a whole one. But you can lay it up there, and it kind of the hook of the wing, you know, where the
Yeah, yeah.
flat and
The
drum
little
hit.
flappy.
You put that on there and let it hang down. We'll have to try that.
Yeah. I wonder if it would help get the skin even crispier.
Probably would cook it a little more, you know,
Yeah.
all around, as long as you didn't bunch them up. That's the thing. How many legs did that thing hold? It's like 14, I think. I think I had a 13.
Yeah, you had one less than.
Yeah,
Nichols.
I think I had 13. So it'll hold 14 legs or 14 wings. I think.
So after you trim them into a lollipop shape, what'd you do in that recipe?
Season them with some hot rub and put them on. Smoked them for, I don't know, I think it's about an hour. I ran it at 350 because I like cooking chicken a little hotter. Smoked them until the color looked really good. Then I took some 50-50 sauce. Did I mix
No, it was
anything?
a firecracker sauce. Wasn't
Oh
it?
no, I did the firecracker sauce with some vinegar sauce added to it.
Mhm.
It's brown sugar, hot sauce, a little butter,
Red pepper flake.
red pepper flake, a little touch of I think I put a touch of AP in there or something,
Mm-mm.
and then I added vinegar sauce, and then I dunked the legs in it, hung them back on the rack, let that glaze up for another 15-20 minutes. The whole thing was less than an hour and a half.
Made them like candy red.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That
It was
firecracker
really
sauce is
pretty.
good. I've got that recipe. Where did I do that firecracker chicken? That's been Yellow Kitchen days.
Yes, it's been a long, long time ago, but it was really good. You cut up a whole chicken and did it, and it was like a July 4th recipe.
Yeah,
You just grilled
firecracker
it.
chicken. I
Yeah. You
just
marinated.
made that sauce up. It was kind of like
I can
not
say-
really a buffalo sauce, but it's kind of
So it's
because
brown.
it's got so much brown sugar in it.
Yeah. So it's a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of hot sauce, and you use like a Frank's or a Killer Hog,
Yeah.
something,
Eating sauce.
An
Now,
eating
you can take that to M80 level if you want to. Go ahead and get
I
something
wouldn't.
fire hot. Yeah.
But
I suggest a eating sauce like Crystal, Louisiana, Killer Hogs, Frank's, Texas Pete, something you like to eat.
yeah. So it's a half cup brown sugar, half a cup of hot sauce, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And
Yeah.
that's it. But if you're going to use like a hot rub on the outside, I would omit the salt from the firecracker sauce.
Because hot rub's got a little heat to it, or a
Yeah.
little saltiness to it.
Yeah.
I thought I put butter. I must not have, but I did add vinegar to the one that we did, Tyler.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was just like I put a vinegar sauce. I just wanted that element too.
Yeah.
There's kind of a twist on it. That's a good sauce on its own for wings.
It
or
is.
chicken,
It is.
though.
It's one of my favorites.
It's
really,
real
really
thin,
good. I've had several people tell me, man, I use that firecracker sauce on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've never done that for a contest either. I need to
I bet it would be good.
because it's thin. It runs.
We used to put a buffalo sauce in our competition chicken sauce.
Yeah,
We did it at the
it was
Jack
like
one
barbecue
year.
sauce mixed with a wing sauce.
Yes, it had butter and,
Yep,
and hot
yep,
sauce in it.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's really good though.
yeah, yeah.
And I just put that on the very end, let it glaze, and like Tyler said, it kind of makes them look like little candy apples, don't it? That's where the lollipop comes in. It gives it that shine. And
Everybody was asking, like, is the process worth it? And I think it's all of a presentation thing, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, it ain't like it takes a long time to do it, but you could just hang the legs on there and dip them in the same sauce, get the same effect.
Yeah, do the exact same method,
Yeah,
just not the
it's
trimming.
just, and that's all it is. Like, it just cleans it up. You take out that tendon, you take out that bone. You don't want to eat that anyway. That's my hang up on eating chicken legs is you eat them and they got that little nasty tendon off in there and they're gristly. So I cut all that stuff out. So really, it's just all the good meat pushed down.
Yeah, I guarantee you're going to impress somebody at a barbecue if you.
Maybe show them
Pull
that.
those out.
Yeah, they
Heck
see
yeah.
those like, wow, man, what'd you do to this chicken? Oh, got fancy on them, didn't I? Pulled off the ankle meat, pushed all the skin down, trimmed out the tendon. That's all you did.
But it does make for a better bite.
It does. Yeah, you eat all that off and you probably eat 6 of them.
So last
You
week,
can do it with chicken drummies too, and make little baby lollipops.
you have done that before.
God, them dum dums. Good.
You did that one
People
time.
I don't know if I did it on video though, did I?
I
just
forgot what
did
we
'em.
did. We were doing them for.
You can do it with the flats too. You just have to take out the small bone and leave them on the bigger bone, push it all down, and it still makes a nice little lollipop. So
Yeah.
that does take some time because they're smaller and you got to jack with them. But they don't have all the tendon and stuff you got to take out and the extra little sharp bone. People also like that choice in song I picked out.
What was it?
Lollipop song.
Lil Wayne?
No, we were going to go for that one. We ended up going with Candy Shop.
Oh, that's what it was. Candy
Oh.
Shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
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 Mhm. It fit the video very well. I will say that.
It's hard to pick the right song for a
Oh,
TikTok.
it's real hard. I spend more time doing that than we do thinking about what we're cook.
Heck yeah.
What kind of music do I go with this? That's what's going to dictate what I'm cooking.
Figuring out what
Ooh, I
they
wanna cook
got.
something for this song. Yeah.
I got a catalog in my head though, so
If songs, if you got the songs, I'll make the recipes to go with it.
Usually you ask her and she just has it. She like
Yeah,
spitfires it
yeah.
right back at you. Like,
Yeah.
what about this? Like, that's perfect. Thank you.
I know I have a bunch of wasted space just using to store music knowledge and information and facts.
Oh, music.
Yeah. Last week we released Jay's Memphis and I rib recipe.
Oh, he messed up. Messed up and showed me what he did to win Memphis and May. Now it's on this week. Don't think I wasn't taking notes.
Yeah, but you're not using his method.
I may adopt some of it.
Yeah, may adopt some of it.
I know it worked for him. So
I tell you what do you think about his ribs?
I thought they were excellent.
I do too.
Excellent.
I
They're not
understand why-
so.
Why he won?
2 things. He puts a lot of seasoning on them, and you'd think they would be overpowering, and they're not.
And
They
he's
are
not-
just, I wouldn't call it neutral, but it's smooth. It's a smooth tasting
That's a
rib.
good way to put it.
One thing doesn't pop out over the other. They're not overly sauced. He nails the texture of them, That's the biggest takeaway is nailing that texture. And he cooks them pretty fast. He's cooking 300 degrees. He's upwards 275, closer to 300.
That's
and it's
one
a
thing
3-hour rib, really.
That's one thing that got left out of that video is
How long?
How the temp.
Oh yeah,
the temp.
Oh,
and it's 300. He cooks at 300.
He wants that outlaw to run 300 degrees the whole time. He smokes them for 2 hours. He wraps them for 1 hour. That's when he checks them, and he holds them for at least an hour. But really, a cooked grill time, it's a 3-hour rib.
Yeah.
And then he puts them back on and glazes them, which is about 10, 15 minutes. But it was, he cuts them down. So his process is you cook loin back ribs. You got to have loin backs. I think
he busted out the
I don't remember if he said what kind. Those were Prairie Fresh, but at Memphis and May, he cooks the Allegiance. He gets them from Brad at the Butcher's Block in South Haven, and Brad trims them down for him.
That's what I was going to ask. Does he do that for all those
slabs?
Yeah,
Jay don't take 18 slabs and trim them down with that hand tool. He brought the hand tool so he could demonstrate it just on the video of cleaning up that chine bone. The whole reason why we do that, it's not like so much for presentation. We want a tiny little rib. It's so that we can get more pieces in the box. Because if you don't cut down a wide rib like that, it is hard to stack as many pieces as we need to for the judges. We want to give them a full box. We want the lid to close. We want them to look neat. Well, we figured out if you cut those ribs down, you take out that chine bone, you shorten them so they're smaller, but you can stack them in there super neat, and the lid closes and they look like they're meant to go to the box. So really, it's cutting them down for the box. Now, for your own sites and for your finals judging, you really don't have to cut those down like that. We still knock off most of that chine bone just because if you've ever ate a baby back rib and you get down to where that chine area is, there's some cartilage down there, little pieces of bone fragments where it was attached to the backbone will come off in your mouth. And there's no way that I want to judge to get something off in their mouth besides good, tender, flavored, smoked meat.
Yeah.
And if they're biting little pieces of bone, they're having to spit that out, that's another thing for them to knock you down. So if you take that off, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And that's really common. Most of y'all do that.
Yeah, most everybody's getting their meat cut down like that. I mean, the guys that are consistently winning and doing good are getting their butchers to cut them down. What they do is they take them, they run them on a bandsaw. They've kind of got a jig made, and they know how wide to cut them, where we want the box ribs, where we want the presentation ribs. They run them down there, and they kind of angle them a little bit, take off the little sharp vampire fangs that stick off on one end, and it's almost a flat. They cut that curve out of that loin back rib. They lay perfect. And that's what Jay did with this saw.
Yeah. For KCBS, are y'all doing that for St. Louis?
We do it with a knife, though, because you don't have to, you can take your knife and shape them up. So, yeah, we do that. And it's basically cutting the opposite end off. It's cutting the rib tip end off where it's kind of connected to the breastbone. So that's
I never thought about it that way, but that's,
you're cutting the opposite side off.
Yeah.
But you're still wanting them to lay flat, be more even. It makes for a better presentation in the box. That's what it's all about, presentation score. If they weren't judging us on presentation, if that wasn't a factor, we probably wouldn't worry about it.
And personally, when we're cooking at home, I like those little end pieces because you got the cartilage and the fat.
You like, there's a lot of flavor there. That's for sure.
Is.
A lot of flavor.
So, would you do that if you were cooking a rib at home?
No, I wouldn't. I don't cut them down. I don't want to spend for meat I'm just throwing away because we just throw that stuff away. And it's only like a little inch wide, usually strip, and they're not good for a whole lot because it's just all cartilage and stuff. I guess you can make stock with it or something if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Now the tips, when I cut them off like a whole spare rib,
those are good.
I can save those and cook them and eat them. Those are good.
Those are good.
So Jay went, after he got his ribs cut down, he don't put any kind of binder except a little bit of water on them. He mist them a little bit just to get them a little damp. And then he starts putting his rub on. And he uses 2 seasonings, and this is exactly what he used at Memphis and May, is my hot rub and his Mojo rub. And that's the only 2 he needed. And they rock and roll together.
Yep.
It's a good combo. His has a little bit of a slight smokiness. Mine brings some heat, some color to it. He's got kind of the same general flavors. He just has a smokiness and a little bit lighter color than ours drives that red home. But he goes heavy.
He goes pretty heavy. Yeah. But that's kind of common.
Yeah.
Most of the guys that are.
Well, see, would you season them that heavy if you were just cooking them at home? No. because you're going to eat you're cooking ribs at home to eat a rack of ribs or, eat 3 or 4 bones. These, we're lucky if Judge takes more than one bite. So
You got to wow them.
yeah, you got to wow them. You got to be better than the next guy.
Yeah.
It's comparative judging. They're going to taste one, then they're going to taste yours, and they're going to taste the next one. And you got to give them a reason to come back to yours.
Yeah. Which one?
So
do
it
you
can't
think's
be
best?
just totally flat. It's a one bite. You got to get all that flavor, all that deliciousness in one bite. So that's why we go like we do. But Jay still weren't like over seasoned as far as when you taste them. I could eat those.
No, they weren't.
And that's what I thought was so good about them. It was like, man, wow, I expected these to be over the top, but they weren't.
One thing with Jay is he reverses his order. He'll season this way, and then on the other side he reverses his order.
Yeah, so on the bone side, which is the back side, he goes hot rub and then mojo. Well, when he flips them over to the meat, after he lets that sweat in, and he flips them over, does mojo and then hot, because that's the side you're going to see presentation. He wants that red to pop.
And I've never seen anybody else do that, kind of like
Rotate
reverse
them
it.
like that.
But it's funny, every time we cook with someone or do a video with somebody, it's always some little something that they do different, that I think's interesting. Every pit master has their own little
nuance, or whatever. Yeah, different way of doing it. I like this thinking. I mean, it was because he wants them to taste his mojo rub first. He wants them to see the red, the appearance of the hot rub, but then he wants them to taste on the bottom side. First thing hits their tongue is his mojo rub.
Yep.
Because he's selling that as he's sitting down that, this is the seasoning I made and why I made it, what flavors I want you to taste. And if that's the first one they taste, that's what's going to pop to them. So,
What do you think about the wrap?
it was a lot of country crock.
A lot of bacon
A lot
fat.
of bacon fat. Yeah, he had a lot of stuff in there. That's one thing. I couldn't tell a big difference with the bacon fat. I expected it when he did that and showed it. I was like, man, that's going to taste like bacon. I didn't get it. And it wasn't greasy or anything. It was just a lot more butter than we've been putting in.
Yeah.
A lot more fat than we've been putting in a wrap.
He doesn't
do
go
the brown
backside,
sugar.
though.
Yeah. Did he not pile it on the backside? I
No,
can't remember.
Remember? He didn't put anything on the back. He only
just
put
a little
hot
more,
rub.
just a little more hot rub, wasn't it?
And they were
He put some rub down. Then he put his brown sugar down, put his butter, and he did his honey. And he uses that bee's knees honey, which is a spicy honey. It's like a
Is it a
habanero.
mapley?
They have a maple, but I don't think he used the maple in
He
his
just used
ribs.
honey.
He just used the spicy one. And if you taste a spoon of that, it will light you on fire. It's some
that
hot
hot?
stuff. Did you try it, Tyler?
Now I'm gonna have to now.
We've got some back there, and it'll light you up.
Is it hotter than the Mike's Hot Honey y'all been using?
Yes, I would say it is. It is. Don't give away my secrets. We've been using that
What?
on. We've
What?
been using that on turnip greens. It's really good.
I was talking about,
Yeah, not ribs.
no ribs.
No, not
No.
ribs at all.
Mm-mm.
Chicken feet. We've been cooking a lot of chicken feet. We put hot honey chicken feet. They're
Hot honey
delicious.
chicken feet. I forgot to bring that up. Yeah, but his ribs weren't deteriorated when he pulled them
No,
out.
and I think that's because he didn't put too much stuff on the back side of them to
Yeah.
really hit them with that moisture, because that'll separate them. And
They're real pretty when he pulled
yeah,
them out.
they're beautiful.
Um,
He went 1 hour in the wrap. He checked them. He's looking for, 206, 207. He says is what his target temp is. But it's not so much about that target temp as it is that feel. When you could tell when Jay first picked him up that he's bending the rack, see if it's going to bend, and then he's going to open it and look at it and see what his bone pullback disintegration's looking like. And then he's going to poke them. And if the temps are 206, 207 in that ballpark, but they're going in super soft, he's taking them to the cooler and holding them at that point. Not draining them, letting the steam out, setting them in a box, and you just use it's a Coleman party stacker cooler. You can get 6 slabs of ribs in there. It's a great little rib box.
yeah, we use them all the time.
Use them all the time.
It's a great little beer pool box.
Yeah, it's
too.
great,
It's
great for putting a
universal.
case of beer and sitting out by the pool. Doesn't have too tall sides. You can reach over in it really easy. That's what I like about it. It's versatile.
So when he
It's a party stacker.
glazed them, he did a 50-50 blend.
Yeah, and
Vinegar and the barbecue sauce.
so Jay takes his sauce and heats it up till it's not boiling, but it's a really good simmer. You know, there's tons of bubbles coming up. It's right there on the verge. And he pours it up in a Yeti jug so it'll hold it for hours hot. And he puts that sauce on hot thin. That way it'll kind of run off and it's not like a super, super saucy rib. Then he puts it back on the grill and lets it set, which makes it adhere to it so you're not just getting it all over you.
Yeah, because you don't want it to be saucy.
A lot of times I think we get carried away and putting too much sauce on entries because it's not a sauce contest, even though people say it's kind of turning into it. I think the sauce should accompany it. You know, it should complement the meat, but you should still taste the smoke, the pork, main thing, seasonings, and then the sauce. And that's kind of what I got from Jay's, and I see why that does good.
Yeah. Oh, it was an excellent rib. It was just everything about it made you go, and want another bite. Texture was perfect. He has used that Yes Dear sauce before. I think he mixes that with Killer Hogs too. Yeah, Killer Hogs
Yes
vinegar.
Dear's competition sauce with Killer Hogs vinegar sauce.
I know he's used that
like
before.
Like a 50-50 ratio. And that's usually what it does. It keeps it simple.
Yeah.
It's not something complicated.
You know, one thing that's always impressed me is the ribs will come out, they'll be done glazing, and y'all will turn them upside down and put that pretty top side down on the board to cut them, and it doesn't affect them.
Because you baked it on enough.
Yeah, you baked it on enough.
Set that sauce enough. And then Jay also brushes that board.
Yeah.
If you put a little sauce down on whatever your cutting board is, it'll help it to not stick. One thing I like that he did too is he used that little thumb grinder. He puts his rub back in there.
That's true. Yeah.
You need a pop of flavor at the end. You want to add something without it being gritty, without it, being too much. You can control it. It's a finishing rub.
Yeah.
You run it through one of those little thumb grinders and it just puts the right amount out and you can give things a pop of flavor with that.
And it's precision.
That's right. Put it where you want it. And all he had in there was the same two rubs, Mojo and Hot.
Yeah. He kept that throughout.
Flavor consistent, yeah. So if you think about it, he wasn't using that many different things in it. I mean, he had the bacon, the country crock, and the bacon grease, the country crock, and the honey, but his two seasonings stayed the same. Then he just used the two sauces.
Yeah.
That's it. But he got it down where he nails it every single time. Knows when it's done, knows how long to hold it.
Y'all like them outlaw pits too.
Love them outlaw pits.
So we're cooking on outlaw pits for Memphis, May. Jay's cooking on Mojo, Tennessee Mojo.
He's gonna have several down there.
Yeah.
There'll be some other teams cooking them too. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what's a Hollywood cut? Where'd that name come from? What is it?
I don't know where it came from. When I first got into barbecue, that's what everybody called that 2-bone cut. It was it's really a Memphis and May cut. And what it is where you have 2 bones, but then you want meat on the outside of each of those bones.
So it's meat, bone, meat.
Yeah. Cadillac cut, Hollywood cut, Memphis cut. We do that because we're judged on the tenderness of it. So when you put those in a box, the judge can pick them up, and they got 2 bones. They can grab each and pull it and see if that rib's tender. It should pull apart. So it kind of helps them judge, and they're taught like that in the judging classes to judge you on tenderness based on how you pull those apart. Then how does it bite? How's it feel in your mouth? What's the texture like? So that's all part of your score.
Yeah. And at Memphis, it's comparative.
Yeah, and I don't know why they call it Hollywood. It's not like they're cooking blowing back ribs out in Hollywood. I guess if you're going to take them and put them on a TV show or make a movie about ribs, you'd want them to look like that. Maybe, I don't know. That's a good question though.
That's just what it's always been called. Yeah.
I don't know who the first person to cut ribs and put them in a box like that was. I imagine the first ribs that the people were turning in they're probably baby backs, but they probably just cut them in bone and filled a box up. They weren't worried about it in or whatever.
They did not put as much effort as y'all do.
Yeah.
Competition barbecue it's a lot of effort that goes into it. There's a lot of thinking about it. So this week we did a barbecue baked potato.
That was my video, and I did that one because me and Tyler did it on TikTok a while back, and it went crazy. Like
You didn't do barbecue though.
No, it was just
loaded
like
cheesy or something.
Twice loaded
cheesy tater or something. Yeah, and it got a ton of views and comments, and I said, maybe people want to see the barbecue tater. And man, I'm gonna tell you that thing was delicious.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can. How can you? loaded baked potato, butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, green onion, and a baked potato.
A little seasoning.
Mix the whole up, season it up with a little salt, pepper, garlic. Back in your potato hole. Load it with pulled pork, little barbecue sauce. Smother it in more cheese. I use cheddar and Monterey Jack. Put it back on the pit. Topped it with more bacon, a little green onion. I don't know what else it needed.
It was really good.
That was a $20 potato. I'd gladly paid $20 for that. Loaded up. I mean, I piled the pork on it, piled the cheese on it.
That was a delicious pork butt, by the way.
I tell you, you know what was the best part about that? I don't know if it's the best part, but it impressed me was the bacon fat on the outside of the skin. I eat potato skin. When I get my baked potato, I like it to be seasoned because I want to eat the skin. And I put the hot rub on it. I'd never done that. I was like, it'd be good.
It was good.
Normally I do like AP or TX with a little parsley and just oil.
A little olive oil.
Yeah, but this one I said bacon fat. Save that bacon fat. We cook the bacon for the insides. Brush it on the outside and put it with hot rub. Man, it tasted like a hot rub baked potato. It's good. Real good.
Could you taste the bacon fat in that application?
No.
Not really.
I didn't really taste it. I just know it's there.
Yeah. Well, I've saved bacon fat before and used it for like roasting potatoes.
Yeah,
like
it's real good on that. Drizzle it in the oven.
Yeah. And
so
toss
now
them.
I need to do that. Just quarter up some potatoes, drizzle them with bacon fat, and sprinkle them with hot rub in the oven.
Ooh, that would be good.
Pretty good. Barbecued roasted potato with some chicken or pork chops. That'd be a good little dinner.
Do you remember how juicy and flavorful and wonderful that pork butt was?
I do. I'm telling y'all, you cannot beat overnight low super smoked pork butt on a Traeger.
You're not taking my bait.
Huh? No, I remember. What
I cooked it.
That's right. You did do that.
Yeah.
What was I doing that weekend?
You were cooking ribs.
Oh yeah, we had a contest.
Yeah, you
That's
had a
right. We were at a
contest.
contest. Come in. You said, I'm gonna go ahead and start this pork butt. You put it on like 5:00. It was done about 8:00 that morning.
Mm-hmm.
We started filming. Rested it for a little while. It was. I don't know what you put on it. I mean, you can't mess them up.
Those overnight pork butts on the pellet grill are with the super.
As long as you got a pellet grill that you can trust and not have to get out in the middle of the night and check on it, put pellets in it, that'll roll, and then I'll put some good smoke on it. You don't even do anything.
Mm-mm.
It's just like close the lid and let it roll, and it's perfect every time. Like I don't know if you can mess one up.
I've done it several times. It's just so easy.
Yep. I like the way the bark gets on it. It's like an old school bark.
It gets hard in some spots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like them great. When I would go to Morrison's Grocery, which is one of the finest pork sandwiches you'd ever eat, it's not open anymore. I would want them pulled and crunchy, and that means they'd always put some of those little hard pieces in there when they pull the meat in your sandwich, and man, it makes it so good.
Yeah, it gives it flavor.
That's right.
Texture. You really could do that recipe in the oven, not the pork butt though. The
tater you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just bake the potato.
That's just a twice baked potato.
You could.
It doesn't get special till you put the pulled pork and the barbecue sauce and all the cheese on top.
You could use brisket.
And then more bacon. Yeah, I've seen it done with burnt ends. I've seen it'd be really good with the Mississippi pot roast over the top of it.
That's a good way to use some leftover pot roast.
Mm-hmm. Make a loaded baked potato. It's a whole nother meal. You know, what is it, Nukes that does those? Melissa does one at her restaurant, Memphis BBQ. If you've never had their jumbo stuffed potato, man, you're missing out. It's good.
Really good.
Have you had it?
It's my go-to.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Does she just do a baked potato, or does she pull it out, toss it with the stuff like Mount does?
No, it's just the toppings on top, and then you get pulled pork or brisket. And
over that, yeah. It's not like, it's not mixed up. So I like mine mixed up.
All cheesy and whatnot.
Yep. Do all the work for you. You don't have to worry about mixing it in.
So Memphis in May.
And I kept the skins, and I had some extra filling left up, so I just loaded it. And those little potato skins were good.
So what'd you do with those? You put a little of the leftover potato inside?
I didn't have any more I didn't put pulled pork on those, I don't think. I think I just put cheese on them. So it was just like a Friday's potato skin.
Yeah.
Did you see where they're tearing down the Fridays in South Haven? Whataburger is coming to town. You see that? Do you like Whataburger, Tyler?
I've never tried it.
What? Oh, man.
Tried the spicy ketchup from Walmart. That's really good.
Yeah.
So
they have got a patty melt.
Yeah, they've got a good patty melt.
Yep. The Whata chicken. They got the Whata fish.
They do have a Whata fish. I've actually never tried it.
Never tried it.
I think it's beer battered, and I
Shy away from that.
Yeah.
You like your beer in liquid form. Not
yeah,
batter.
exactly. So Memphis May's coming up.
It is, and I'm geared up. That's why I'm so excited today.
What do we have?
I can't believe. So I don't even know when we're going to release this podcast. I'm assuming it's sometime this week, but this is Tuesday. We're recording it, and we are going. I'll be down there from as soon as we get through this. We got to get a little game plan, and it's go time. We're finishing our setup process. We dropped our trailer
Friday
on early load in last Friday, and then they put our tent and flooring up, and they had a major storm come through and tear up a bunch of crap on Sunday. Luckily, nothing at ours got tore up. And then Monday it was back on. But yesterday we filmed another video. That'll be coming out, I don't know, in a week or so, Memorial Day maybe. And then today it's podcast day and go. And then so I'm ready to get down there. I mean, we got a beautiful spot on the river. We're kind of on that south. No, we're on the north end. No, I'm used to saying we're on the south end.
Yeah.
We're closer to what we call the new bridge.
This is the first year we've been on that side since our first year in the professional category.
There was one year that we did where we were up on the street.
That was the first year.
That wasn't the first year. First couple of years we did like closer to Willingham. We were right behind John Willingham and Spinebucks guys. So that was kind of midways.
Yes.
But anyway, we're got a great spot. It's right on the river. We can see the bridge. It's kind of angled a little bit, so it's a beautiful view. I'm excited. We got sauces.
What are we turning in?
Thursday starts turn-ins. We got to vinegar sauce, tomato sauce, and mustard sauce.
Which you've won vinegar sauce category there before.
Yeah, same vinegar sauce I got bottled.
We're turning the
turn it right in out of the bottle. You warm it up.
Yeah.
That's the whole trick to that. You don't turn in a cold sauce. You turn in a slightly warm sauce. And judges seem to like it. Then we got wings due that day. I think Mark's going to do his parm wings. Is that what it is? It's like
I think he's got a video on it.
Yeah, it's like a Parmesan hot wing. He does them on the pellet grill, and he uses his Swine Life grind, I think, Mississippi grind, mixed with just regular Kraft grated parm, and puts it on the outside, and it makes them crispy on the pellet grill. So he smokes, but I don't know if he's going to do it on pellet grill. He might do it on Outlaw. And so it'll have a little bit more smoky flavor, but they're good. We did them at this last wing contest. They turned out really good. And he drizzles them with like a spicy ranch that you made. I don't know what he normally does with them, but
you want to know the key to that spicy ranch?
What is it? How'd you make that spicy ranch? Hidden Valley Ranch packet?
Yeah, but
That's the base.
you do. I do a Hidden Valley Ranch packet and a half.
Oh, so you ranchify it.
I kick that ranch up a little bit, and then add a little white pepper, add a little cayenne pepper.
No hot sauce? I guess it is still kind of.
We didn't add hot sauce to that one because you didn't want the color to be orangey.
That's right. That was good. That was really good. And then we drizzled some hot sauce on it too.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives them both best of both worlds. But that's going down Thursday. Friday is where the remainder of the ancillary contests are. And this year we're in beef.
Beef and exotic.
We've ordered some A9 Wagyu fillets from Kevin down in Pensacola, the butcher shop. And he sent up some beautiful fillets. Those are going down with like a boursin cheese sauce. Cook them medium rare and fill a box up.
What you turning in for exotic? Ostrich?
No. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
No, or bison or Tatonka. I don't know.
Tatonka.
I called a couple buddy Vanny down at Mossy Oak and told him I need to look, man. Got exotic category. I need something out. I need something good. And I cooked those for a recipe back when I was doing the gamekeeper stuff at Mossy Oak last winter. And so I want some more of those ribeyes. So he sent me some ribeyes. So that's what we're doing. It's buffalo ribeye.
Are you afraid they're going to think this is not exotic? This is beef.
No. I mean, it is exotic. It's wild.
Yeah, but it's so pretty. It's so.
Oh yeah. No, you can tell the difference. It's not as. I mean, now, would you be able to say this is a ribeye or like a beef ribeye? You could tell it's not beef because it doesn't have the marbling. It's a lot leaner. So you don't want to overcook it. That's the main thing. So as long as we don't overcook it, we ought to be gold there. But it's still really good. But I think I could tell it wouldn't, side by side. Now, if it was just like a whole bunch of meat entries, you can get it. You can be, it's kind of like steak. But I'm sure that some people cheat, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Who knows?
Who knows? I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors that people turn in
chicken for alligator.
Yeah, non-exotic.
Alligator meat. It's really it tastes like chicken. It's really good. It's really good alligator. It's turtle meat. It's
turtle meat.
It's a lot like hot wings. Trust me, it's turtle meat.
It's turtle. What color meat is turtle? Is it a white meat? Is it a red meat?
I assume it's a white.
Yeah.
They say it tastes like chicken. Everything comes from the swamp tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Frog legs taste.
I've had some alligator that tastes like alligator. It's like you would expect it's aquarium
bad aquarium thing. You ever spit an aquarium needs cleaning? About what alligator tastes like. I've had some baby alligator taste really good. Like
I've had some
legs.
I've had some like fried alligator, tail or whatever.
Sausage, yeah.
It was really good.
But that's what's going on for us. We're going to be hardcore Memphis in May this week.
Watch out.
Back at it next week with what's a video we're doing?
Oh, we got Fergie coming up.
Oh yeah, the burn in, the Kansas City style burn ins.
Our Fergie video's coming up.
I need to let him know that's going to be dropping because he asked me the other day. He's like, "When?" I said, "Man, it'll probably be sometime in June."
No, it's next week.
I don't remember. Yeah,
it's supposed to be next week.
I need to shoot him a note. He invited us to come hang out with him at the Royal too.
Ooh, when is the Royal this year?
Since September. Our September's going to be jam up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to make it or not. I want to go bad.
We'll
I hadn't
try.
cooked the KCBS contest, so I don't have an entry.
Yeah.
Next year. But that's about all I got going on.
That's about all I got going on too. I was going to get your opinion on one thing before
I was on Barbecue Central last week. If you didn't get that, go back and check out Greg's show. That was a pretty good one.
All right.
We talked about Memphis in May. Talked about all kinds of stuff.
Y'all always talk about a lot of stuff. So Epicurious, you know what Epicurious is?
Are those the cow haters?
They don't hate cows. They say they love
cows. They're Buddhist then.
So Epicurious, I guess, is this online website. They do recipe catalogs.
Yeah.
But they came out with this whole big thing where they are dropping beef recipes from their platform.
That's more beef for me and you. It's not going to hurt my feelings. If you want beef recipes, come see us.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish they would have threw out a referral there for beef recipes. You can check out people like How to Barbecue Right.
You were on Barstool Sports the other day.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was one of the top YouTubers to watch this summer.
Barbecue YouTubers.
Barbecue tubers.
Yeah. Barbecue tubers.
But yeah, no, I don't
it's for,
I get it.
They say it's for climate. They don't hate beef.
Because cows are.
I don't know. Cows have been around forever.
I don't get it. I mean, because they pooped. That's what the thing is. They say they give off so much gas. And so if we didn't have. So what do they want to do with all these cows? Just turn them loose and let them keep them as pets? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I guess stop breeding them.
Yeah.
To make delicious.
I refuse to believe
ribeyes.
Cows are changing the environment that much. Now, if you told me the truck shipping them around and everything else that went with it, I might buy that. But a cow eating grass, producing gas, and passing it out.
That seems pretty natural to me.
That seems pretty natural to me. There's a lot of animals doing that, not just cows. I think they just they've got some tree huggers part of that group, and that's fine. I'm not nothing against them. I'm all for them. And it's more beef for us. So that's my stance on it. How do you feel?
I love.
You hate them because they
ribeyes? No, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Free world, free country.
They're not affecting me at all.
Not affecting me by that. Yeah, as long as they quit selling steaks at Walmart, we're gonna have problems. Be up their boycott. Turns out Walmart had a good steak.
I've been burned before.
That was like
I'm not convinced that Walmart's turned the corner.
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
You got a good Walmart steak. It's not where I would recommend going, but if it's the only place you got to go.
And it wasn't, I mean, we went over there and looked. It was like, if I couldn't find a good ribeye, I was not going to buy
chicken
it.
Or something, or a hamburger. Somebody did tell us that Kroger is selling some ground. I think it was Brian. So they've got some really good Australian ground Wagyu beef.
I saw that in there the
he
other
said
day.
it's fantastic. I mean, he said he's been buying it to make burgers and stuff with. I've got to
Really?
try it. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't paid attention to it.
I noticed it the other day.
Does our Kroger have it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all try that and let me know what you think.
I
You seen
did.
it? Have you been in Kroger lately?
Not
Are y'all back on meat at your house, or y'all off meat?
yes. Yes, we are.
You're back on meat. Good. I think everybody should be on meat.
I'm always on meat.
On meat, yeah.
She's flaky.
I mean, you got to limit it. You can't eat red meat every day of your life.
Yeah, we do meatless meals
Yeah,
all the time.
All the time. We do smoothies for dinner sometime. I don't put hamburger meat in that.
But this week we got
Everything in moderation, even moderation, right?
exactly. So we got Memphis and I. We're working really hard at that. We're fixing to go spend the rest of our week downtown.
That's right. More importantly, how much beer are we buying?
I have a question mark. I have beer on the list, but I have a question mark beside that.
Just put much.
Much. Moss.
No, so Russell from is it Right on Cue's his team name? He's a Budweiser man, so he's coming in. He's bootlegging us in some Georgia Budweiser. Unfortunately, Tyler, cover your ears. So we're gonna have.
I'm getting
options.
some Miller Lite.
Oh, we gotta have Miller Lite. If I don't have Miller Lite, I'm not gonna be able to function right.
I put seltzer on there too.
Seltzer.
And we'll have Bullfrog.
Ooh,
And Jamie requested that I do Diet Bullfrog.
I like it.
So there'll be a regular Bullfrog and a Diet Bullfrog.
Does that mean non-alcoholic, or does it mean like you're gonna make it with the Diet Sprite product?
I'm going to make it with a
lemon lime
Diet
soda
Sprite product.
Still gonna have regular old Tito's vodka in it.
Yes.
Good.
Tito's.
You ain't gonna put-
Tito's.
Well, that's what I request. I want some top shelf bullfrog.
Oh, okay. We can make
Top
top
frog.
shelf.
Top
Aristocrat.
Aristocrat, yeah.
I
Usually, as
I drank
aristocrats,
a lot of
the cheap one.
Aristocrat in my life.
The
There
what's
used
the
to be
other
a
one?
Black Eyes. Do you remember
Barnett's. That was a good
Barnett.
cheap one too. Was it Dark Eyes? It
Dark
wasn't Black
Eyes.
Eyes. It was Dark Eyes vodka. Did you get on that Dark Eyes? Aristocrat was like $4 a fifth back in the day.
Yep.
A lot of dark memories. With
Yeah.
them.
If you had, like, I remember me and my buddy, and we'd get 1/5 of Aristocrat. It'd be $2 a piece. Then we go to Sonic and get half cherry limeades,
Used to do that
and then just split the bottle.
with Everclear.
That was always a good start of a Friday. With Everclear, wow, that's,
And I'd split it
that's stout.
with my old roommate Sarah.
Would you put it in like a frozen drink or
Yeah.
like a cherry limeade slush or something?
Yeah, it would melt the ice
That would be
instantly.
turned up, wouldn't it? We used to make, the only thing we put Everclear in was we would make these big
Hunch bunch.
batches of hooches. We call it
Yeah.
hooch. We'd make the hooch, and it would have, like, if we go get a brand new, like, Rubbermaid garbage can from Walmart usually.
Garbage can.
Yeah, yeah.
We would get a cooler with a spout.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we were doing a garbage can. By the end of the night, and then we'd take it around from party to party because it comes with a lid. You can snap it on, throw it back for
How do you get it out? Just reach in there with your cup?
Red Solo cup. We weren't worried about COVID back then. There's enough alcohol in there to kill anything.
Yeah, but how sticky was everything?
Oh, it was a nightmare. Like wherever you went, you knew that stuff had been.
It stained.
And then we would keep, like, we'd always keep a few because you had to keep the starter batch for the next one. So before everybody left, if there was some left, you'd get your old Hawaiian Punch jug or 2 liter or something, put you some in it, and put it in the fridge of the dorm or whatever. And when you had the next batch, that's what you started with. And there's rumors that have been going on for like 15 years. Like when I got to Ole Miss, it's like, here, we're passing this down to you. Here's the hooch. So you keep it going. Oh yeah.
well,
I'm sure there's still some floating around there.
yeah. COVID might have knocked that one
COVID
up.
might have not. Yeah, COVID might have done the hooch in. I don't know if it's set a year in a dorm. Maybe it's like,
Well, there's enough booze in there to knock it down.
that's right. That's what I say too. If COVID survives that, it's tough.
Started using it as hand sanitizer.
Yeah, hand sanitizer. That's right. That's
It
right.
ran out.
Well, let's go make some bullfrog.
Let's do it. See, Bullfrog is kind of like hooch, but it's just a little slightly fancier version.
Yeah, and it's enough like lemonade where if it's a warm day outside, you don't realize you're
It's
drinking
good.
the vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes down.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
So that's
Wish
it.
us luck this week.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Shell, Where can they find us?
If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram.
And if you come down to Memphis in May this week, we are in spot R65 on the river. Come by and say hi. We might just give you a bullfrog. We gone.